In the beginning, the Bible says, was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. You find that in John 1:1. Words are vibratory, and musicians will tell you that words vibrate in certain octaves which can be measured in numbers. It is the words that are used to form names of everything in the universe. There's nothing that has no name. And those are words. And nothing exists without a name. And the more powerful the vibrations of your names are, the more powerful you are in the universe. The more powerful the vibrations of the names of your businesses are, excuse me, the more powerful the businesses will be. And even in the Holy Scriptures of Islam, there is a verse in Quran chapter 2 verse 31 which says, and he taught Adam the names of all of them. Then he showed them to the angels and said, inform me of the names of these if you are truthful. So names. Today we are going to show you how to calculate your own things. Do it yourself. Avoid blackmail from conmanship, either religious conmanship or magician conmanship. Just do your things on your own. The ancient Chaldeans, as it is said, we are only dwarfs standing on the shoulders of the giants. The giants are those who are gone, and we are dwarfs. We are only standing on their shoulders, because all the great inventions were done by those who are gone. We are only using them. Now, the ancient Chaldeans studied the alphabet letter by letter and discovered their vibrations. What I've written on the board is called the ancient Hebrew Kabbalah alphabet. And it shows the vibratory numeral of each letter in our alphabets. So if you can copy it down, the letter, the numeral 1 vibrates to the letters A, J, A, I, J, Q, Y. All those, anywhere you see an A, you know you have seen a 1. Anywhere you see an I, you know you have seen a 1. Anywhere you see a J, you know you have seen 1. Anywhere you see a Q, you have seen 1. Anywhere you see Y, you have seen 1. Then the numeral 2 vibrates to the letters B, K, and R. I hope you are copying them down because they will be so useful to you. Then number 3, the numeral 3 vibrates to the letters C, G, L, L, S. Then the numeral 4 vibrates to the letters D, M, and T. D, M, T. Those are 4. The letters, the numeral 5 vibrates to the letters E, H, N, X. That is numeral 5. Numeral 6, they are the letters U, V, W. And then numeral 7 vibrates to the letters O and Z. And numeral 8 vibrates to the letters F and P. So these are the ancient Chaldeans. This is a Hebrew Kabbalah, which studied so accurately the vibration of each letter in the universe. And you can also find that elsewhere in the book they call the star signs by Linda Goodman. You will find that ancient Hebrew Kabbalah alphabet. So it is so accurate, and I've used it in my own calculations, whether it was for people's businesses, whether it was for politicians, whether it was for harmonics in marriages and so on, and it has worked so well, so wonderfully. You no longer need to visit magicians. You can do it yourself. In this small book, I have all the details. Now let's look at some examples. I'll remove this one here. I want to show you that numbers speak and numbers are words. Let us look at, let me take what I said in the beginning. There was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. What is the spelling of the word word? Word. I said that W is on 6, and O is on 7, and R is on 2, and D is on 4. So in calculating numerals, there are what we call compound numbers and single numbers. So compound numbers will be 2 digits and single numbers will be 1 digit. So this, let's put it to a compound number. To get it a compound number, you simply add the values of the letters. 6 plus 7 is 13, plus 2 is 15, plus 4 is 19. So 19 is the first compound number of the word word. This is mathematics for adults. People who are serious in business. It is not classroom mathematics where you find that it is pi r squared. No. So this is compound number 19. Reduce this compound number further and you add 1 plus 9, you get 10. So the second compound number of the word is 10. Then go ahead and reduce this 10 to a single number. Add 1 plus 0, which is 1. So here I did 1 plus 9, which gave me 10, and then here I'm doing 1 plus 0, which is giving me 1. So the word vibrates to single number 1. Any layman will know that the first thing is 1. In the beginning there was the Word. 1. And that Word was with God, and the Word was God. In the beginning there was 1. Beginning is number 1. So in that beginning, God then decided that he is going to do what? He is going to create man. So let's see what man vibrates to. Man. We said M is 4, A is 1, and N is 5. So let us add 4 plus 1 plus 5 to get a compound. We find its compound 10. Then let us add 1 plus 0 to get finally 1. What does this tell you? It tells you that God first created man, not woman. The first person to be created was man. Number 1. Esoteric mathematics. And now, let's ask yourself, which man is this that was created? And put down the word Adam. Adam, what is the vibration of the Adam? The vibrations of Adam are, let me remove, this one is not shown there. Let me put it down here. Adam. Adam. Go ahead and substitute the numerals. A is 1, D is 4, A is 1, and M is 4. Add this to get a compound. 5, 6, 10. So Adam vibrates to compound 10. Reduce it to a single number. 1 plus 0 is 1. So Adam again vibrates to the numeral 1, meaning that he was the first one to be created. These are universal harmonics, and you cannot deny them. Just use the alphabet I've given you, and you'll find that nothing is opposing each other here. I'm dealing with the numeral 1. Now, after that, let's go to the word that I'm using, that God created. That God created. Let us look at the word creation. Let us look at the word creation. What are the vibrations of this word creation? C is 3, R is 2, E is 5, A is 1, T is 4, I is 1, O is 7, and N is 5. Let us reduce this number to some compound number. This plus that is 10, 15, 16, 23, 28. The word creation vibrates to compound 28. Let us reduce that to a single number. So it is 28. 2 plus 8 gives us 1. You say 2 plus 8. So to reduce, you just keep adding the digits. So the word creation is vibrating to numeral 1, meaning that that's the first thing God did by using the word. Let there be, let there be, let there be. So words are so powerful in the universe that you do not take them lightly. You should use them with the right harmonics to harmonize with the rhythms of the universe, so that when you are naming your child, you should know which names you are going to give to your child. It can be you like the name Mary, but Mary can appear in so many different spellings and there will be different vibrations. Mary can be Mary, it can be Mariam, it can be Maria. All those will be spelled differently, and that means they'll vibrate differently. You must choose which vibration you are going to use that will harmonize with the rhythms of the universe. Otherwise, you'll be opposing the rhythms of the universe, and you'll start saying that my things don't go well. I'm so much bewitched. Nobody bewitches you. And later on, we shall be addressing this thing we call magic or black magic. We shall be addressing later on. But you can do it yourself and harmonize your own self. Now, this is what I have done in the past. I'm not going to tell you which politicians I've calculated for. It is not necessary here. I'm only giving you the truth about how numbers govern the universe. Let's look at one of these words. President. President. What are the vibrations of the word president? I've given you an alphabet. Let's go. P is 8, R is 2, A is 5, S is 3, I is 1, D is 4, A is 5, N is 5, and T is 4. Those are the numerals in the word president. Can we reduce these numerals to a compound number? So let's go. 8 plus 2 is 10, plus 5, 15, plus 3 is 18, plus 1 is 19, plus 3 is 23, plus 5 is 28, plus 5 is 33, plus 4 is 37. A compound number for the word president is 37. Now let's reduce this further. 3 plus 7 is 10. So the word president has the second compound number 10. Let us reduce it to a single number, which is 1 plus 0, and that gives us 1. So the word president vibrates to the numeral single 1. The word president. And what would that mean? That's the number 1 seat in any country. That beyond president, you are not finding somebody senior. So it vibrates to numeral 1, meaning it is the number 1. Let's look at that. Let's see whether there's some harmony in that. Just remember that president is 1. So let's look at some of these past presidents. Who was our first president? He was Jomo Kenyatta. Let's just use one name, Jomo. So J-O-M-O. When we calculate this name, the vibrations, J is 1, O is 7, M is 4, and O is 7. So let's reduce this to one single compound. This is 8, 12, 19. First compound 19 of the name Jomo. Let's reduce it further. Add 1 plus 9, you get 10. The second compound name of Jomo is 10. Then let's reduce it further to a single numeral. 1 plus 0 is 1. What do we see here? That the name Jomo vibrates in harmony with the name president. And also that Jomo was the first president of this country. The powers of 1. You are not sure? Let's take another name. Who succeeded Jomo? So was somebody, Daniel Toroitich Arab Moi. Let us just take one name, Daniel. And let's numeralize this name here. The name is D is 4, A is 1, N is 5, I is 1, A is 5, and L is 3. Let's put this one to a compound number. Then we 4 plus that is 5, plus that is 10, plus that is 11, plus that is 15, plus that. This is 5, 10, 11 plus 8 is 19. Reduce 19 to a compound. 10. 1 plus 9 is 10. Go further and reduce that 10 to one single digit. 1 plus 0 is 1. Daniel vibrates in harmony with the office he was to hold, the president's office. The word president is numeral 1, its vibration. The word Daniel is numeral 1, its vibration. So he walks into that office. And you cannot beat the rhythms of the universe, whatever you do. Let us come back to some controversial one. Let's come back to some controversial one. You know, the universe doesn't care whether you like or you don't like. It doesn't work with your liking. It doesn't like with your hating. Let's look at this controversial name, which all of you know. William Samoei Ruto. Let's just take the name Ruto. Bas. Let's numeralize it. R is 2, U is 6, T is 4, and O is 7. Let's put this into some compound number. 2 plus that is 8, plus 4 is 12, plus 7 is 19. Let's put that 19 into some perspective of compound. 1 plus 9 is 10. Let's put that 10 into one single digit. 1 plus 0 is 1. Ruto is 1, vibrating in harmony with the offices to hold. It does not matter how much you make noise. It doesn't matter how much you jump up and down. Yeah? The harmonics of the universe are already there. My people perish because of lack of knowledge. And so sit down and ask yourself, why would this very bad man become the president? It is merely universal harmonics. And so, I could go on and on. It doesn't mean that all other presidents are one, but we shall be talking about other numbers that can favor them. Today I'm just talking about 1. Now, somebody can ask you, what is the capital city of Nairobi? Or sorry, Kenya. And you answer Nairobi. So Nairobi is city number 1 in Kenya. What are the spellings of Nairobi? N-A-I-R-O-B-I. Nairobi. Why did Nairobi become the capital city and it's still remaining city number 1 in the country? What are the vibrations? N is 5. A is 1. I is 1. R is 2. O is 7. B is 2. And I is 1. Those are the vibrations of the word Nairobi. Let's put them into some compound. 7, 9, 16, 18, 19. Let's put that 19 into another compound. 1 plus 9 is 10. Let's put that 10 into one single digit. 1 plus 0 is 1. Nairobi is city number 1 in in the country. It was chosen way back by the people we don't know. In fact, those people would have been illiterate Maasais and so on. But the harmonics of the universe cannot be beaten. So, what am I trying to tell you? What I'm trying to tell you is that Word, the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And Word vibrates to numeral 1. And you can see a lot of people who used the vibrations of 1, how far they have gone. So when you name your child, must be sure that you are giving your child the best name that will vibrate with the harmonies of the universe. Not the name that will spoil this child, because words are the homes in which we live, and the name is a word. Now, when you go to open a business, don't just plunge into second-hand spare parts. You must know what this name means. Is it harmonious or inharmonious? Don't just jump into telling your child to go into this career. Is the career harmonious or inharmonious with the child? Don't just go into jumping onto any girl or any boy that this is my wife. All of us make these mistakes. I've also made those mistakes. And after studying these sciences, I know now the mistakes I made, and I know how to adjust them here and there so that life can go on. So everything you do is vibratory. It has a rhythm. It has a number. And you must know which number you are going to take. In my small book, The Universe and Man, you will teach yourself so many things. It's that small, but it contains the knowledge you will never get in any other book to the end of your life. Because in here we shall discuss a lot of rhythms. There will be the life cycle rhythms that begin from the day somebody is born up to the next birthday. There will be the daily cycles that begin from midnight all the way back to midnight. There will be the lunar cycles that will begin from the apogee up to the perigee and back to apogee. All these and their influences in the universe. It's wrong for you to think that God created the universe and put there all those planets for nothing. We are interdependable. The word universe means one. We are one verse, interdependable. So everything you see is good for you, and you are good for it. But on the duality of nature, what we call bad or good are relative terms. They are not absolute terms. The good doesn't exist, the bad doesn't exist. The only thing is that in the absence of one thing, then the other one comes in. Because God created things in pairs. There is day, there is night. There is tall, there is short. There is man, there is woman. And so, those are relative terms. There is rich, there is poor. The fact that you are poor today does not stop you from becoming rich. So if you understand the universe and man, then you will be a very, very holy person. Then you will never stop going to the mosque or to the church. And the only reason you'll be going there is gratitude. You know, many of us go to church for the wrong reasons. We go there to complain. Oh, I'm very sick. Oh, God help me. Oh, what is all this? I'm very poor. That's not the purpose of prayer. The purpose of prayer is one thing only: gratitude. And once you develop the habit of being grateful for whatever it is, then the universe brings more and more to you so that you can be more and more grateful. Those details we shall discuss in future sittings like these ones here. But what I wanted to point out today is that anytime you see numbers, respect them. Numbers have been used from time immemorial. You see the number 7 being used in Egypt by, is it Yusuf? The scripture fellows can tell you. When the Pharaoh has a dream of 7 fat cows and 7 thin cows. When he has a dream of 7 very, very good crops and 7 very, very lean, poor crops. The number 7, a spiritual number, we will address it later on. Then there is the interpretation. The 7 years of famine and the 7 years of plenty of food. And then here you are telling me you are born again, you do not believe in numbers and so on. Who are you? Are you greater than the creator of numbers, God himself? Have you ever thought that numbers are only 10? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But all the millions of people in the universe, nobody lacks a number. If you want 2 oranges, you just get 2 oranges. If you want 500 shillings, you have 500 shillings. You are using the numbers, and nobody is complaining that I am lacking numbers. Now what am I going to use? He is still going to make some 1,000 steps to go to the neighbor's home. All these are numbers. So in the holidays, we are going to entertain and educate our elders, our businessmen, our career fellows, the students in colleges, on what befits them as good careers and what doesn't befit them. Have you ever wondered why somebody tries this thing and fails? Somebody tries this thing and fails. He says, I'm bewitched. Who has bewitched you? You are only in opposition with the rhythms of the universe. Your vibrations are not vibrating in harmony with that particular rhythm that you are trying to initiate. And everything you do in life is a rhythm. It has its beginning and its ending. Once you plant a crop here, you have initiated its rhythm. It will end at a certain stage. And you find farmers complaining, I have put in a lot, but I have not harvested. Even when the climate was the best for the year. Others have harvested, you haven't. Why? there is a period E of the day. It's all in this book. When you plant your seeds in the ground, they never do. And we shall tell you when that period E is, if it is Monday, if it is Tuesday, if it is Wednesday. That's why I decided that I can make that small book to educate our people. And this is not the first time I'm doing it. I have done it to very, very many people in this country, including the senior politicians and so on, whom I'm not interested in talking about. But take advantage of these things. Now, another thing I want to tell you is that some people think that they must make they must make 1 million shillings or 3 million shillings by gambling. Yeah. When the gambling money is not yours, no matter how hard you try, you cannot get it. There's a degree that you can have that or you can't have it. And when it is yours and you are following the right steps, you will always get it. So, the holy holidays, call your friends, let them come on TV. We shall be dealing with very interesting mathematics, which is not classroom mathematics. It is esoteric mathematics. It is holy mathematics. The one that everybody, child, middle-aged, adult, old, will use to correct their own situations, including diseases that bother people, so that we can enlighten our people. They don't go to be conned by magicians, or they don't go to be conned by religious conmen, like the case that we see in this country of Shakahola. There are laws of digestion that if you don't eat after a certain time, the body becomes weak, and if you continue, it dies. And somebody is going to tell you that fast for 40, 50 days, no food, no water, so that God can hear you. Religious conmanship. Let us be very careful about it. So, because of time, we cannot proceed. If you want that small book, start learning as I take you through the future lessons the whole of December before we come back in January to classroom mathematics. Get that small book, The Universe and Man. You can call me as I leave the studio on telephone number 0721 901 429. Telephone number 0721 901 429. We shall tell you how you get that book, and you shall start educating yourself, because my people perish because of lack of knowledge. God himself says. And the Islam scriptures are طلب العلم فارضة على كل مسلم والمسلمات. So until next weekend, it is bye-bye from Dr. Kundu.